This is Andrew Tivoff, the Wishmaster, and you are now entering Cinema Chop Shop. Enjoy your day.
But what's going on, everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop, so park your ass right there. While you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the damn subscribe button. And today, I got the homie with me, Q Reviews. You already know what it is. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What it do? What up, though? Yup. I'm Q Reviews. Thank you again so much for having me. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? Have great convo. We gonna get it on tonight with some great shows. I'll let you introduce them. But like, if you want to find my contact, you can find me over at Q Reviews on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? With an S. You look for the guy with the dreads, and you know what I'm saying? You probably will find me. The black guy with the dreads.
Black guy with the dreads. Hard to miss. Hard to miss.
Yeah.
I'm also going to tag him in the description of this video so you can just get to it even quicker. On top of that, my man has a dope ass review for The Quiet Place. Please go ahead and check that out. Support my man.
Thank you.
Also, freaking dope review about what did you just do? Beverly Hills
Axel
Cop?
Foley. Yeah. I'm the only one on the internet.
Cop.
I'm the only one on the internet with a review for that. So YouTube is actually pushing my videos to be black.
Whoa, hey, see, look, YouTube does.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
YouTube.
It ain't huge.
Yeah, I know, right? It should be at like. Don't you guys hate that? You be like, man, I should be at like 20,000 right now.
Yeah.
I'm the only person with this shit on here.
Yeah, I know I'm the only one person that's like, hey, but like I'll take the little push when I can get it,
like,
though. You know what I'm saying?
We'll give you 2,000. Like,
yeah, we'll give it 2,000. We won't push it, too hard though. But like they pushing it, but it should be pushed more though. You know what I'm saying? Especially ain't nobody. Everybody want to know what it's about. If it's even good, so they even check it out. So like, people are watching it, but I don't know. I don't think YouTube is really pushing it. Like,
look, if y'all want to know anything about Beverly Hills Cop, this is the man to go check out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, thanks, man.
But check this out, though. So today, we're going to talk about two shows. Now, the one thing about these two shows, they have something in common. I have seen a lot of people kind of talking shit about both shows, right? The Boys has been critically acclaimed. It's been loved most of the seasons. A lot of people have enjoyed it, but this season has seemed to have people a little bit like kind of hitting the snooze button. And I've even though I've noticed like a lot of the websites have given it like great reviews, especially like the last episode, I just have noticed that it ain't got the buzz of the last a couple of seasons. It doesn't have the praise of the last couple of seasons, and it just ain't. It doesn't seem like it's as coveted as the last couple of seasons. Because I remember people was like, "Hey, the new episode of The Boys is coming on tonight." Like the last episode came on, I didn't even know it came out. I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, I get around to it," you know.
Damn. All right, yeah.
But so there's that show, and then we also have this other show which has a little bit more, dare I say
it,
lore to it. Not lore, but like it has a little bit more like, what's the word I want to look for? But anyway, people hate the damn show. Goddamn, the fucking show. The Acolyte has been trashed since before it even came out. Like, I mean, people were trashing this movie. They hated it. They banished it to the nether realm. I mean, damn, dude, like they did not like the show. Like this show has been hate reviewed since its start. And like me personally, I felt like this show never was given a fair shake from the beginning. And that's why I just choose to just give it my own review and kind of talk about how I really feel about it versus just kind of like allowing these YouTubers out here to just kind of spin the narrative. Like it just seems like a lot of the YouTubers just kind of got in a little huddle and they like, so we hate this shit, right? We hate it. We hate it. We hate it. Okay, cool. Break. Right? So it's like, so we're gonna really break down these two shows and we're gonna talk about, and we're just gonna come to a decisive decision. Which show is better? I mean, we can both have different opinions, obviously, but we're just gonna kind of like talk about our experiences with both of the shows. Sound good?
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, let's get it.
All right, let's see. So you want to get right to the nitty gritty?
Let's get it.
All right, he said, let's go. All right, so Acolyte.
All right.
We're going to start off with Acolyte. Acolyte has, what, 4 episodes or 5?
Is it 4, 5? 5. Yeah, 5 was yeah, okay.
Acolyte has 5 episodes. It's an 8-episode series, I believe.
Yeah, damn, that's short, bro.
Yeah, exactly, right? So we have 8 episodes. We're on episode 5, and the one thing about the show is a lot of people are mad because they feel like it's been... A lot of people are mostly just mad because they're like, oh, agenda. There's an agenda, there's an agenda, there's an agenda. Look at the director, look at the actors, look at the interview, look at this, look at that. But Is that, do you think that's really a measurement for how good or bad the show is?
Is it a measurement how good or bad a show? I do see some agenda, I guess. I guess with the the black female lead, is that agenda, or was she the right person for the role? You know,
Yeah.
what do you think? Straight up, like, what are you thinking about, like, the main protagonist of the show?
OSHA and Nate.
Yeah, yeah, both of them. What do you think
Yeah,
about
so me personally, I think Disney did it Disney. You know what I'm saying? I think
it?
they picked her for a reason. She was black,
Hmm.
she's female. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Now, but here's the thing though, like, as long as that's not a part of your character, I don't give a shit. Like, as
Right.
long as she's not sitting in here just like, you don't like the Jedi Order kicked me out because they didn't like my hair because it was
Right.
because it was a little bit more frizzier than the others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they didn't like me because my skin was a little bit darker complexion than the others. Like, there's nothing like that. Her race, her ethnicity, her gender has almost nothing to do with the show.
Yeah, with our character. Yep.
Yes.
But we do see a trend from Disney to try to, what I'm saying, push that agenda down our faces. But like I tend to agree, like her characters are just her character. Now, is it a good character? That's a different, what I'm saying, that's a whole new can of beans right there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't mind her. Then of course we was on Jody's Corner last week when she played her anti-hate video. Oh, whoa, yeah, like, whoa, like, bitch, you ain't never twerked nowhere in the hood ever. We don't believe you.
That Icelandic twerk.
Ice cold, bro. Yeah, but she can still get it. She was cute.
But she's not but another thing too is she's not a bad actress. So usually we see Disney throw people in a role and they don't really have the acting chops for the role. Example, the black chick from Obi-Wan. I couldn't resonate with her. I couldn't resonate with her motive. The motive also was played out a lot, and then on top of that, to me, she wasn't really a good actress. But I will give this girl credit, Amandla. I will give her credit. She's not a bad actress, right? She's not a bad actress at all. I kind of like the villainous sister more than the other sister. The other sister's just too ditzy for me. Like, it reminds me of the dumb blonde in horror movies, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and with that dialogue on top of it, it's like, ooh, like some of the dialogue in the show, what I'm saying, they have us like, well, like, who the fuck wrote that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's like, does the show have agenda? Yes, it's Disney. I mean, you can't get around it. But at the same time, I think that we have to just break it down for its story and then try not to get too overly invested in the agenda. Right. So let's look at the story. I feel, let's look at the first episode. How was your feelings towards the first episode, the introduction to the characters, Trinity dying, so on and so forth? How did you feel about that?
Yeah, I was surprised Trinity died in the first 5 minutes of the show. Like, she was like, they had her on the marketing employee like a mug, bro, and then they just kill her off in the first 5 minutes of the show. It's like, damn, at least she had a fight though. But like, I did not hate that first episode at all. To be completely honest with you, I kind of dug it. Like, okay, I can be into this. You know what I'm saying? I liked the first episode. I you know what I'm saying? I liked the girl. I wanted to see where it was going, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I thought the first episode was really enjoyable, and I didn't understand why people were hating this shit. I was like, this is a good start. Like, this is a really good start. We kind of getting introduced to whatever landscape that they're going to try to tell a story with. And I thought it was a good introduction to all those characters and kind of setting the groundwork for the story. I thought it was solid. I thought it was really good. Now, moseying on to episode 2. Little building on it even more, right? That's when she, Master Tobin, when she gave him the poison, she gave him that Jim Jones special.
That Kool-Aid,
that cyanide.
yeah. That was good.
Cool cyanide, my brother.
Yeah.
That's the episode where I feel like it kind of was. It wasn't as good as the first episode, but I felt like it still was good because it was leading somewhere. Okay, why did this Jedi feel so inclined to drink this poison? What the hell did they do? What are they covering up? It got the wheels in my mind turning, and I was like, Yeah, man. Like I'm interested. Like I was buying into it. What about you?
Yeah. I thought like the second episode was interesting. I was a little bored though with the second episode. I started to lose lack of connecting the characters a little bit. I wanted to, but I don't know what it was. But like I was watching Acolyte and I was on my phone a little bit. Maybe I should have been paying more attention and stuff. It had a hard time, capturing my interest, especially in that second episode. The first one was
Mhm.
fine, but when I started to get to that second one, I started to fall off a little bit. But then I did like the part you talking about with, what I'm saying, with the poison, and I like that character too. I thought he
Mhm.
was dope. You know what I'm saying? To go along with it, and I was like, but I wasn't really seeing the super hate that was coming from the fans. I'm like, could it have been a better story? Sure, but like, is it complete like trash? Like a She-Hulk or something. I don't know.
Woo!
Woo. I didn't want to bring the sore wounds though. You know what I'm saying? But
Bro, I had to go to that one.
it was all right. But like I was bored with that Rogue one though. What was that called? Everybody was praising it.
Andor's.
Andor. I was bored to death, bro. Except when they got to the prison. But this one I love Jedi's though, and I wasn't digging some of the characters like the one with the Killmonger here. I can't even talk shit about the Killmonger here because I
Oh,
still got it.
Yord.
Yeah, I hated his face, bro. I hate the way that you look, the way that you dress. I hate the way that you talk. I don't know what it is, though. I don't know what it is with that dude. I
He
just did
doesn't
not
feel like
like that dude.
he
I didn't
doesn't
like the
feel like
little
a
kid.
Jedi, bro.
You know what I'm
Like he
saying?
just
The weird one. I kind of liked him, but like the Logan, the girl who played Logan, I just didn't like her look or something. I was like, I don't know what it is. It's something rubbed me a rogue way about these characters that I can't connect with. I like the main Jedi though, the one who can't speak
soul,
English a whole lot, that kind of
soul.
delivers his dialogue. Okay. I forgot his name though.
Master Soul.
Yeah. Overall though,
You're
yeah,
good.
that episode 2 wasn't, what I'm saying, that bad. I don't think, what I'm saying, not as bad as people are making it. And I don't even understand. I don't really understand the hate that the show is getting for real though. That has to be that's something I like to discuss too. You know what I'm saying later. You know what I'm saying if we talk about that, like why is the show getting so much hate? Is it the Star Wars toxic community for real? For real, that's what I think it is. The
I
Star
think
Wars
it.
fans
I
are
think it
toxic.
is, dude. I really do. Like I think it's really that plus just like look, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these YouTubers is racist as fuck, dog. Like
Yes, you
like
get it.
I'm watching white YouTubers, bro. Watch this show. And let's get into episode 3, and I'm gonna explain where this joke from these white YouTubers are coming from.
Okay.
Um, episode 3 goes into the background of May and her sister Ocean. Right? We have the flashback, we have the sister, we have the lesbian witches and shit,
Yeah.
and they do their little chant and shit, and
Yeah.
you had the person in the background. No, no, but anyway, dialogue, or whatever she said. Um, that was a horrible. I don't know why the fuck she did that. I was like, you should have just shut the fuck up. But anyway, we had that episode that gives you the background of what happened with the witches, May's childhood, how did they get separated, how did one end up with the Jedi, right? And
Mhm.
a lot of people hated this episode. And the
Mhm.
biggest reason people hated this episode is because they said that they felt like it retconned Anakin's birth because Anakin was born of the Force.
Mhm.
And they felt like because Anakin was born of the Force, he was unique. It was something special. And they felt like since these twins were born of the Force, then that takes away the specialness of Anakin. But I posed the question: did it explicitly say that these girls were born of the Force? It says that they were created, and you have witches. So it's like, how do we not know that they didn't cook one of them up in a cauldron or something
Yeah.
I told that to Jody. I was like, bro, these could have been test tube babies. We don't know.
Yeah. They said some weird shit. It was like the Force. They was almost like similar. Like this is
It
the
was a thread.
string.
It was
The
a thread.
Yeah, the thread, and then I'm saying the babies can be born. Like they said nothing about the Force though. You're absolutely correct. So, and this is a hold up, made up unity in a galaxy far, far away. You know what I'm saying? They can say whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're one is Jedi sensitive. Well, they're both Jedi sensitive, correct? So, like, it doesn't retcon Anakin Skywalker. I don't think, and this is what hundreds of years later too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, yeah, I
What,
don't.
or is it before or later? I thought it was
This
before.
is later, right?
This is
yeah.
Is later.
No, this is before. Yeah. The thread thing is before, way before Anakin. Yeah, this is when the Jedi were like, almost like police and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the thing though. Check this out. I'm gonna raise some questions, and this is the thing that bothered me. One, they never explicitly said that they were born in the Force. They said she said you created it, I carried it. Creating could be anything. Like we saw Palpatine, who was recreated and reanimated in a freaking Rey movie, and bro was dead for years. So I'm just saying, like, and we know that Siths play around with the whole science, and they be in laboratories on they Dr. Frankenstein shit. So it's like, why is this like far fetched? Like, why is it such this far fetched idea that they possibly created these twins outside of the Force? You know, why they're witches? They probably use magic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's too many variables. And then I brought this up. I'm a casual Star Wars fan. I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan, but I'm hella good at researching. And
right.
One thing is, I found out Darth Maul, right? Who the fuck is Darth Maul's dad?
I have no idea.
Nobody fucking knows, bro. It's a mystery. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking mystery. There's like 3 books that kind of, I guess, go over different things. My cousin says that they go over it in Rebels, but he doesn't have a biological dad. He was basically created too. That's what my cousin was saying. But during my research, I found that there's the ones that came up was either A, his mom got it on with the little brotherhood dude and then just had a kid like that. And his dad is basically, because I don't know, I guess after they have a kid or something, the dad got to kill himself or some shit like that. Something crazy like that. So there's that. The other one is that they just don't know. Like it's a mystery, right? And then the other one was that the witches, because Darth Maul's mom is a witch. I forgot to mention that. She's a witch. She's a part of like a covenant of other witches, and they all have their little powers too. And there's a book that was released in France that stated that those witches have the ability to impregnate themselves. So exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like there's, with all this fucking lore going around here, like we have all of these different outlets. And then the thing about the show I've seen from people is they're saying that this show takes a lot from different sources and a lot of the Star Wars lore. If that's the case, then what the fuck are we getting mad about here? Right. Like, people are like, oh, they're implying that they took it. Like they're explicitly saying, they're saying that they were born in the Force. They never said that shit. And then I just gave you several. I give you an example of a prominent Sith with no background, like with no father that we know of. So his freaking birth could be anything.
Right.
Like, we don't know how he was born. And then do you know who Mace Windu's parents are?
Nope.
Exactly, right?
You don't know who his daddy is?
Exactly. We don't know who Obi-Wan's parents are. There's so many Jedis in this story. We don't know their parents. So what the fuck are we talking about here? Why are we mad? How do we even know Anakin's the only like the only outlier here?
Right. True. Yeah. And the witch was in the Darth Maul looking witch was in this episode 3. So you can obviously see they pulling from that lore, right? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it's a great grandmother or some shit. You know, we don't know. Who knows and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But this is what I'm saying. People just mad over nothing. And that was just me doing a little bit of research, just looking around, just looking at little shit. So everybody hates the episode because they think it retcon Anakin, and they also weren't fans of the lesbian witches. Me personally, I don't give a shit. As long as they not like tonguing it down and like there's a whole scene like professing their love. They just seem like two people raising a kid. Like honestly, and it's there, but it didn't bother me because it wasn't in your face. Right?
Yeah. I didn't care, but I didn't love this episode at the same time too. I was just like, this was just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I felt like episode 1, 2, 3 were going like this. I didn't feel like it started going like this until episode 4, because that's when the story started having its issues.
Oh,
when they were leaving
the forest. The forest episode.
When they went to the forest. So episode 4 was the one where I really felt like there was writing issues. One, because the episode felt like filler. And I shouldn't be feeling like an episode is filler on an 8-episode series. You get what I'm saying? Also, at this point, we have freaking all these characters dying off camera. We find out in the episode the Wookiee Jedi dies as well, too. The Wookiee Jedi dies off camera, and that's one problem that I did have with the show. That was another thing I had about the show. You had almost all the people that were targeted, the high profile Jedi masters that they were going. We only see one really. We see two of them fight, and then the other two kind of die off camera. I thought that was pretty weak.
Yeah,
right.
Especially when the whole episode was building up, getting to him, and we always wondered like that'd be cool if we see what a Wookiee Jedi can do and shit. I mean, that was dope. Like at least give him put some respect on his name and let homie fight, son. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna let him fight. You know what I'm saying? They just kill him off camera, like chest hair all burnt and shit, bro.
Nah, and it's crazy because I remember my cousin telling me about a Wookiee Jedi. Because again, my cousin's like super into the lore and the backstory. He's like, "There's a Wookiee Jedi." I'm like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah." So he told me about this years ago before any of this shit even happened. But the point that I'm trying to make is that they're obviously pulling stuff from the Star Wars lore, right? Mm-hmm. And I felt like Episode 4 felt like filler, and then also it telegraphed my theory. So since the first episode, I felt like the Asian guy was the Sith. And like since the first episode, I was like, "Yo, it's him! Like, it's fucking him!" Like, to me, it's too obvious. And it turned out in the fourth episode, we had the conflict between May and him, and a lot of the conversations that they had, I really felt like it choreographed his turn and then the reveal. And I felt like that took something away from the show. I felt like it should have been a little bit more in the shadows with its twist per se, right? That's when I felt like the storytelling started going downhill. Like it really felt like filler on episode 4. That's the episode where I really was, because 1, 2, 3 I enjoyed myself. Episode 4 is when I kind of was bored, and I was kind of falling out of it.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I think, like you said, I think you said it earlier. I said like this episode just felt like straight filler, you know, until that very end, and then they cut us off. You know what I'm saying? With that, the hugest force push I ever seen in my life. I was like, all right, let's go then. But then all this credits, like, damn, I think that whole episode was a waste. Absolutely.
Yeah, they could have did that. They could have had that episode for episode 4, or you could have had a 2-episode fight. Like that should have been hard.
Yeah, it would have been hard.
So then we get to episode 5. Episode 5 is an episode where it had a lot of hype behind it because it has Jedi fights, it has lightsaber fights, and all that stuff. Which I'm not gonna lie, the fight scenes and the shit was dope, right? Fight scenes were amazing. Like dude getting skewered on a freaking lightsaber. Old girl getting cell block 5 shanked. That shit was tight.
Oh yeah. I mean, the kid dying, he fucked his ass up. He like you said, shish kebab, right? Like when he put the two in him and put one in his face, I was like, yes, I didn't like that kid anyway. You know what I'm saying? And they all got murdered out. I was like, yes. I don't know why I enjoyed it so much. Maybe I'm cynical and shit, but I just didn't like them.
Because none of the characters were enjoyable. So it's like it's really like it's like in a violent nature. You don't care. Like we established real early, we don't give a fuck about none of these characters. We're here to watch them die. And this is exactly what this show. I was like, I really hope all of them die, and they actually succeeded. Like almost all of them died. Yord got his neck snapped. I was like,
yes.
I was like, well, there goes that. Like that was cool. Yeah. But I feel like outside of the lightsaber battles, and I think that the Asian guy, I don't know his name, I think him being a villain was really cool. I think he felt like a Sith. I think he felt evil. Because at first I was kind of questioning it, like, I don't know. He seems too dorky. He seems like a little drunk vagrant. Like I don't know. I don't get the vibes from him. But then once he starts talking and he just kind of had this empty, soulless stare, I was like, you know what? I'm buying it. I like him. Like I like him as a Sith. I don't like his helmet, but I like him as a Sith. You know.
Yeah. I like the conversations to have about the stuff. Like, I don't want to be controlled by the Jedi. I want to use my power to, you know what I'm saying, how I want to use it and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was talking shit too. I was like, oh shit, he not playing around, bro. I mean, like, my interest immediately perked up when I seen that, you know what I'm saying, when I seen him talk and seeing his movement and shit. Like, I'm way more interested in the show now. Is that a bad thing?
Man, exactly, right?
Because I'm rooting for the villains now, you know? So, yeah.
And he was using that shit against him. He was like, "Oh, you gonna kill somebody that's unarmed? You gonna fight me when my back is turned?" Like I thought it was cool that he was using like the little Jedi logic against him. Like you see how stupid that is, right? And I thought it was cool. But aside from that, I really felt like the storytelling in the show got even worse, right? Aside from the battles, aside from the villain reveal, I felt like it got worse. We had Soul should have killed him. I mean, logically that makes sense. And then we had the other scene where the sisters switch places, and I just didn't understand that. I was like, what is the purpose of this? This shit was stupid. I also didn't understand. I didn't understand why Osha was still mad at May and talking about you need to turn yourself in. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, why does that even matter? Like, you just got chased for your dear life in the woods, and you worried about her going to jail. Like, why? Like, I don't get it. Like, you
Yeah,
know?
your whole squad got wiped out, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and don't even let me get started, bro. I don't know. How did that Padawan? How did that Padawan stay up with OSHA like that? That or May? That shouldn't have made sense. That made no sense. That Padawan was going hand to hand with her, and she
Yeah.
went hand to hand with Trinity, and she was able to kill Trinity. Right? She tricked her. She used her intelligence. She killed her.
Yeah.
How are you not able to outsmart this Padawan, who's green, who has no real battle experience?
Yeah, it didn't make any sense, you know what I'm saying? Because Trinity was like a Jedi master and shit, and you know what I'm saying? She going toe to toe blowing her, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's just bad writing, you know.
That was when I was like bad writing, and then the Padawan was going toe to toe with Buckethead. I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah, with Buckethead, Padawan, son. It's like, nah. But
Yeah,
she yeah. She pulled out the two. Yeah, like, do. But then she got it in the end. I was like, damn, then that you knew that was a Sith, too, because, like, they killing the younglings. They're killing the younglings, son. Yeah.
And then another thing, too, is, like, Soul disappears for a long time. You're like, dude, you should be front and center. You're the Jedi Master. You're, like, the head honcho. You're the one leading this group. So I don't understand why you aren't number one in battle. Why aren't you organizing these people to try to fight him off? Okay, hey, look, like, hey, go that way. Look, we're gonna surround this fool. Like, I'm gonna swing at him, I'm gonna go at him or whatever, and then you guys come in and do what you gotta do. Like, it's the number game was way too unleveled for him to win. But I mean, they have to show, they have to win him over somehow.
Yeah, you know? I agree with you. He's supposed to be front and center. You're not supposed to have kids. You got kids fighting a Sith Lord and shit, children. That don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, of course he's going to die. Yeah, he's supposed to be front and center right away. And like you said, if you want to get these other characters into the story, have them do certain things to, you know what I'm saying, get his flank and shit. But, like, that didn't make any sense as a leader. So, like, you got to lose respect for him a little bit. Like, where the fuck you at, son? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because him and Yord were, like, the high-profile Jedi. And then everybody else should have kind of, like, surrounded him. And then the Padawan should have been the one to, like, you know, come in and shoot the backup. Because technically, another thing, that Padawan has not had any lightsaber wielding training. She swung the stick. Remember we saw the episode when she was training with the stick?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think they trained them with lightsabers that early. She trained with a stick.
Oh,
shit. So it's like, how are you so well equipped with this lightsaber and you understand the duality of it? And you've been working with a stick. Like a Harry Potter stick, like expecto,
expecto down in the Romus. She fighting a Sith Lord, bro, as a child, and York was like kind of backed up too. Like, where are you at, son? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they told him to get the civilian out, but I would have been
that's right.
But still, he still got work. Like, it's crazy.
I'm glad he got that work. I'm glad all of them got that work. I don't know why I wasn't rooting for the Jedi on this one, and I like Jedi and shit, of course, but like I was not rooting for them.
I would have said we all attacking at the same time in unison. Unity.
Yeah. She was like, woo! When he pushed him like that, I was like, shit.
But I thought the episode was good. I liked it more than episode. What was it? So I liked it more than episode 4. But But the writing to me and the storytelling to me, the quality was getting worse because I felt like it was a little bit more predictable. I'm kind of unsure where we're going at this point, and you know, it was just starting to bother me. But moving on to The Boys. Now, The Boys season 5 to me, I'm gonna be honest with you. How I want to know what you no. Let me find out what you think. How have you enjoyed season 4 of The Boys so far?
Let's be honest with me. Let me be honest here. I don't like some of the storylines that's been displayed out of nowhere, particularly with this homosexual angle that it came. Not that I have anything against gays and shit, you know, but like where did this come from and shit? It's just like and plus, I don't have a problem with it. It just ain't working. You know what I'm saying?
It's pointless.
It's pointless. It ain't working at all. Then I'm what's Starlight story arc is weak. You know what I'm saying? Even with the the hometown redneck girl.
Do you care that Huey's dad is dying? Because I don't.
No, not at all. I forgot.
4 episodes of Huey's dad's dying. I was like, pull the plug and let's move on. Like, this shit crazy.
Let's move on. Yeah, it's crazy. And he finally woke up and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay. Can we go back to the Homelander scenes and shit? Because that's the only thing that's making the show interesting. Even though online they're saying a lot of people, even my friends said it, like they're making him more villainous than he ever was before. Like he has no kind of compassion or heart and shit. But like I don't know. That last episode, you know what I'm saying, with the stove and all, how he went back there, he's like, yo, remember my flesh used to burn and all that. I was loving it. I was like, well, I'm eating this up. I fucking like it. I like Anthony Starr and I like what he's doing because he's the only real thing in The Boys right now that's making this series interesting. Not even Butcher, with him dying, you don't really care, bro. Or is it just me? It's only what 3-4 episodes, but I'm just kind of watching it, hoping that it gets better.
And bro got a wingworm in his eyebrow. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it's like I don't care.
See, but this is how you know that to me this season's been bad for me. The Boys, and the thing about The Boys, the quality of me for the show for me has been dipping like crazy. I only continued to watch it because I'm like a purist, and I'm like, if I started something, I feel like I should finish it. And
Me too.
Yeah, and I'm like, but it's been a chore to finish this shit, and I can't even. And this is the bad part. I don't think I can like summarize every episode of The Boys that happened so far for this season. I can tell you bits and pieces of shit, but it might be scattered. Like, it's scattered thoughts, but I can't scene for scene tell you like a summary of each episode, which is bad because like I should be able to, and it shows how much of a weak story. I found myself bored, man. Like I be on my phone majority of the episode. Let me just say, I think an hour is too long for these episodes. Y'all need to cut these bitches down to 30 minutes. It is an hour long of nothingness, of absolute nothing. Like every episode goes nowhere. You have Frenchie feeling bad because he killed this black dude's family, so he's giving him his ass in return. Like I guess for forgiveness. I don't understand the concept behind it. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just weak story. There, not that it's weird because the old Boys is weird. It just doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, it don't. And it's like Butcher dying, we don't care, right? I personally don't care. I don't feel anything. Black dude was in their mother's milk. Don't know where we go. Like I don't know what's going on.
I don't know where he's going. I don't know where his storyline is going at all, and how he even ties into this whole thing at all. And we've been riding with him since day one, but like he got nothing to do. Am I lying?
He's leading the group. That's it. And it's like, but outside of that, it's like, what are you really here to do? Like, you just one episode you said, "Fuck off! I don't want you around us," and the next episode, we need him. You just told him to fuck off, and you don't want him around. Now we need him. Like, come on, dog. This show is just super inconsistent. And
A-Train, you can get on A-Train. He got nothing to do.
Yeah, he just running around stealing V and shit.
He got nothing to do.
Yeah, he ain't got shit to do. But and I'm just trying to see where this goes. Another thing too is like, I don't know if it's just me though. I know a lot of people like this, but I don't like it. And I think it's kind of funny because it kind of tells you where society's at. I don't like the mirror image of the political landscape put in the show. Like, I mean, like a lot of people, it's funny how like you've seen a lot of things where people were like, oh, like don't be kneeling on the football field. I don't want to watch a show. I watch this football game to be entertained. I don't want to have no political agenda or anything put in my shows. But then you got this whole show basically mirroring American politics.
Politics, yeah.
Just like verbatim, using the terminology, using the concepts, using the theory, just using the rhetoric, everything, dog. No holds barred, no condom, no Vaseline, just use it, right? And I'm like, it's just, to me, it's like irritating. Like I'm watching it and I'm just like rolling my eyes like, yo, this shit's stupid, dog. Like I'm over this shit.
I love the stuff you were talking about from the political aspect of the show now, mainly in the Trump era, really. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I love what you were saying about that. It's almost too much on the nose to be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like we love the satirical stuff of the Boys and shit. Like I love when they did the Justice League, the Zack Snyder, all that shit. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Yeah,
that shit was hilarious. But this ain't funny, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of just like, I don't know. It's almost a borderline of cringy.
Yeah, but another thing too is just like, what does this show really have to offer us outside of like raunchiness and crazy deaths? Is there even a good story in here?
I don't see a good story. I'm rooting for the villain again. I liked watching Anthony Starr's performance as Homelander. I mean, he's great. He's fucking just a great actor. You know what I'm saying? And he, without him, the show is almost unwatchable. You know what I'm saying? Really, you know what I'm saying? Without him, the show's unwatchable. Even though he's the most diabolical villain, I'd rather watch an hour or 30 minutes, like you said, of him than the rest of these characters right now. I just got no love for these guys no more. I don't know, because they got nothing to do. If you gave me a aspect to care about them, I would. I even cared about that one weird girl that had the power. I think in season 3, she was like a real bitch, and
Maeve?
Homelander, was it Maeve? And Homelander was having sex with her and shit. You remember
The fake Wonder Woman?
No, not Maeve, the evil one. You know, she was like the main. She was like a Nazi or some shit.
Oh, Stormfront.
Yeah. She at least had a good, pretty good story and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of gave a shit about the villain, but like here, I don't know what's going on. Or it's just like season 4 syndrome. They writing them. They ain't got enough where to write to. You know what I'm saying? They're writing themselves into a hole because they announced this next season is going to be the last, because I don't think they got nothing in the tank no more.
Yeah, like, and it's wild because they deviated away from the comic, and I don't see them coming back to what happens in the comic, only because it's like whatever happens in the comic, the way that the person that defeats Homelander, he's technically dead already. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are we going to do here? Like, you know, are you familiar with the comic?
No. I have never read a comic before, but I know it's based on a comic, of course. But no, I'm not familiar with it.
So, all right, you want me to tell you?
Sure.
So, Black Noir kills Homelander, and the reason he kills fucking Homelander is because he's a clone of Homelander. Like, basically, he was the government's plan B. Like, if Homelander got out of control. Mm-hmm. They made him superior to Homelander so he could just shut that shit down and kill him. So since the original Black Noir is dead, and on top of that, we already saw that Black Noir was a fucking nobody. Mm-hmm. We're kind of like just, like we're just up in the air, like what the fuck are we gonna do, right? But now I want to just bring it on back home, right? Which show is the better written show? We just talking about season 5 of The Boys so far, what's been written so far, how the storyline is paced itself, and we're talking about probably only season 1 of Acolyte. Which show overall, which one is the better show so far?
You pose a great question there. Like, I was gonna go off entertainment value, but I can't even do that because that episode 5 Lifesavers battle was probably one of the best lightsaber battles in Star Wars history. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty fucking dope. Yeah. And Homelander's entertaining here, of course, but I can't do that, bro. My honesty won't let me just base a show off of some couple of dope ass Homelander scenes. Maybe just like 1 or 2, to be honest with you.
Homelander's shit too, by the way. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, I don't like how you look and shit. Just like
talk, the way that you
drop, the way that you dress. Yeah. He reminded me of that kid in New Nightmare. I hated that kid too.
Oh, needs some bass in his voice. Oh my god, dude. What do you want? Like his voice is so screechy.
And he got that Beatles haircut, that bold haircut. I can't fucking stand him. But right now, as it stands, fuck, Acolyte is the better story. It's the better written story than this season of The Boys, because The Boys is going nowhere, really.
And that's where I was going with this. If you put these two shows side by side, Acolyte season 1, The Boys season 4, The Acolyte is a better fucking show. I mean, the first 3 episodes to me had a real well-rounded story. I felt like it was going steady. I felt like it was going somewhere. It was good. Mm-hmm. And then I felt like until episode 4 came, that's when you got the filler. That's when you got kind of like you kind of had the plot holes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then the bad writing started to surface. Episode 5, although we have an amazing lightsaber battle, right? And a cool ass villain without the mask. The storyline was really starting to fall apart. Like the threading and the storyline was starting to fall apart. But even with those flaws, I'm actually entertained watching The Acolyte. I'm not entertained anymore watching The Boys. Like it feels like a chore to me.
Damn. Yeah, I feel you. But yeah, and my point was, I don't know what season 4 of The Boys is about. I can't really tell you what it's about. At least I got you know what I'm saying, grounded with these twins. We got story, like you said, we're building stories, and it seems like The Boys season 4 is just subplots that's going nowhere.
It seems like the whole idea is to stop Homelander to get the boy away from Homelander, because they believe that if they want any chance of beating Homelander, that they need that kid on their side. That's what it seems like, right? But the thing about it is, I shouldn't have to be guessing what the fuck your season is about. I should know what the fuck your season about. Like season 4 or season 3, they were going all out. They said, we going after Homelander. This motherfucker's gonna die. We gonna inject ourselves with Compound V. That's it. Like we gonna level the playing field. That we knew what the fuck season 3 was about. Season 2 about Stormfront, all that crazy shit, figuring that stuff out. Season 1, I thought season 1 was a great season. Season 2 was a cool season. 3 was okay. This to me so far is just like really rocky, and I'm not behind it like at all. And I'm honestly bored out of my mind with the show already.
Damn. Maybe they'll switch it around though. Damn, you'll keep watching, of course, you're purists, but like, yeah, it sounds like you're not feeling this season at all.
I'm not, dog, and I don't like being fucking cock flashed every 10 seconds. Like,
oh yeah, it's like,
dog, I would not expect. Look, the last thing I need is to be flipping through an episode and watching it, and all of a sudden you just have a random butthole getting licked. Like, what the fuck? I was like, dog, what the fuck are we doing here? Like
that's what they you know, I mean, that's what they count on, you know what I'm saying? That's what like we just gonna show you the crazy, make sure we still show you the craziest shit. And that's it's the kind of the allure of the show a little bit. So I, you know what I'm saying, I get it.
A real good question. Acolyte has gotten thrashed for being gay, right?
Yeah.
Acolyte's been, because they said, whatever, the lesbian witches, the fucking director and shit like that. The Boys has been openly gay for 4 seasons already, dog. We watched a man get his butthole licked, right?
Yeah. Let's not talk about the little man.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's ever posed this question about The Boys trying to turn people out, turn their audience out, right? I don't think that's ever been a narrative. No, the Boys is being like the Boys is, there's an agenda here. They just got all these gay characters, and you know, they got these characters doing this, and they got the characters doing that. Yeah. Why is this not a narrative? If the Acolyte is gay because you got gay witches, we watched a man eat his own ass out. We watched Frenchie bang a black dude.
Yeah.
Why is this not a narrative already? Like, why? How is this not a narrative?
Yeah, like how it's not blowing up the internet. I just don't think his fucking storyline works. That's what I think.
But that's what I'm saying. People are being picky and choosy. Like, you know, like you can't be all this woke agenda, this woke agenda, that anti-woke agenda, but then you're literally watching a man get his ass ate. And in a human centipede fashion.
Yeah.
And you have not complained about this not once.
I haven't heard shit on the internet about that.
I heard complain about it. Like, dog, we've been watching dudes and then look, and it's crazy because a lot of these episodes, dog, have been highly gay. Like, there's a lot of man-on-man action in these episodes.
Yep.
And there's no questioning this at all. At all. There's no questioning, no lashback, no fight back, no nothing. How is this not gay? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, this is how I'm just talking about. This is how I know that these people are selective with their outrage. That you can't be. This is selective outrage. You're mad because of Star Wars. You're mad because ranting about how gay Star Wars is will get you more views on YouTube than ranting about how gay The Boys is. This is what it is. And back to what I was going to say originally, because I forgot about it. Episode 3, right? We had, you know, May or whatever, figuring out that the twins or whatever were born, like created or whatever, right? And they had mothers, they didn't have a mother, right? And there's these white YouTubers, right? There's this British one named Mr. H. This motherfucker. I
know Mr. H. Yeah. I know that.
Bro, that motherfucker, I used to like him, dog, but like it seems like he hates everything now. Bro just basically complains about woke shit all the time. And like I like this content for a while. He did a lot of Godzilla shit. I really enjoyed his Godzilla takes. He did Spawn shit. I love that. He did Hellraiser shit. Love that. But bro, like I guess he figured out that YouTube likes when you just rant about SJW woke shit. So that's all he's doing now, and it's kind of annoying. So like, bro made a joke, and I've seen other white YouTubers do this shit too, where they were like, "Oh, look, Disney giving another black character a fatherless home." And it's like,
that's
I don't think you should be making that joke.
Yeah.
if it was somebody like me making that statement or you making that statement, all right, at least we got the we got the black card.
Yeah.
We got the black card. We can use that. We can say that, right? But as a white person saying that shit come off weird.
Racist.
Like,
come off a little racist. Yeah.
Dude, Mr. H just dropped that shit. I swear to God, bro. Like I've heard him say it at least 5 times in different videos. He keeps using it, and I'm just like,
he think it's funny.
Yeah, he thinks it's funny. And there's other YouTubers that say the same shit, and they all white. You know what I'm saying?
What? Yeah.
And it's wild. Like y'all can't be doing that bullshit, bro. Like what the fuck? Like let's. You can't do that shit. Like that shit ain't.
I stopped talking about Star Wars on my channel because I get no views because I'm, you know what I'm saying, because I'm black for real.
I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm bleeding.
I'm bigoted black, and I'm like, man, I love Star Wars, but I'm not talking about it anymore because, like, you know what I'm saying, they just don't. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They rather me talk about some other bullshit or horror or just movies in general. You know what I'm saying? I don't get on that whole
shit.
They
want you to jump on the bandwagon, bro. Like if the mass amount of Star Wars fans hate it, they want you to hate it too. That's just the way it is. Like they want you to hate what they hate, and it's like, dog. Like I'm not here. I'm here to give my opinion, whether you like it or not. Like you should respect it, whether you agree with it or not. I'm not saying this shit so you can be like, oh, look at you, you like the Disney SJW, da 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 da. Nah, bro, I call that shit out. But at the same time, it's like if I'm looking at the show as a storytelling point, I don't understand like what the fuck you hate about it. Like you telling me like you're mad because whatever, like you're mad because this girl got 2 mothers or whatever, or assumed to have 2 mothers. But at the same time, they're in an all-female fucking covenant, and then they always name the fucking head witch or head person in the covenant the mother, right? Like that's like a thing, you know. So I'm like, dude, like, what are we fucking doing here? Like this shit, we just complain about dumb shit now, and it's like if we're going to complain about dumb shit, it's like I pose arguments to you. If you are so upset about them creating these girls, find the father and mother of well, we know the mother of him, but who's the father of Darth Maul? Right? Go find me the parents of Count Dooku. Go find me the parents of Mace Windu. Go find me the parents of fucking Yoda. Right? You get what the fuck I'm saying? Like, why you're fucking wrapped up? Do we know the background of all these Jedis? No. Do we know the background of every fucking Sith? No. The only ones we have backgrounds on are the people that actually matter. Obviously, this show is just a fucking show. It's not meant. It's not going to spin off, and then she's going to wind up being in Star Wars episode 10. She ain't going to pop up at episode 10. So why the fuck are we mad? Who cares?
I think they hold the lore soul. These Star Wars nerds, you know what I'm saying, these geeks, and you know what I'm saying, whatever, hold the Star Wars lore so tight that they believe it's law. But they make up their own law. They make up their own laws and shit like too. Well, I think it should be like this. Well, I think it'll be shit like this. And then when somebody writes something they don't agree with, that's against the law. But we're talking about space wizards and fucking, you know what I'm saying, a hyperspeed that don't fucking exist and shit. You know?
Right? Like all of this shit is fantasy, dog. What are we even mad about right now? And on top of that, dog, is like when you ask somebody, right? And this is how you know these motherfuckers don't make no sense. When you ask somebody, hey, can Anakin beat this person? And they're like, well, it depends on which lore that you're looking at. It depends on which version, which iteration you're talking about. If you're talking about these books right here, Anakin can do this, that. If you're talking about these books here, then he can only do this, right? Oh, can Luke beat this person? Well, it depends on what books you're talking about. If you're talking about this, like, dude, that means that this has multiple sources, and you can pick and choose what the fuck that you want. It's just like Marvel. It's just like DC. It's like any other fucking comic, right? You can pick and choose what the fuck you want. right? That's just what it is. I don't understand what the fuck these people are all mad about. Like, to me, the show ain't even that bad.
Yeah, I got this huge Star Wars fan. I said I didn't like Ahsoka that much. It's like I just didn't. I was a little bored with it. And then he came at me like, "Well, if you would have watched the Clone Wars, you will understand all this and you will appreciate it better." Like, I don't need to watch fucking Clone Wars. You know why? Because I see a fucking boring show is a boring show. If I, you know what I'm saying, if I don't need the fucking backlore, this shit here, Clone Wars might have been fire, but this shit here is boring to me. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a big one too. They were like, "Oh, you need to watch this to understand this," and it's like, dude, because my cousin was telling me about that, and I'm like, listen. I was like, Clone Wars got 5 seasons, and 3 of them got 22 episodes. One of them got 18, and the other one got like 15 or some shit. I am not watching that shit, dog. I'm sorry. And I was like, and then he was like, and then there's Star Wars Rebels as well too. I'm not gonna watch all that shit, dog. That's too much shit to watch. Like, I got other shit that I got to do. Like, I'm trying to watch The Bear. Like, I'm on season 3, episode 4, The Bear, which is boring. Dog, I'm sorry. This show's been boring me lately. I'm mad.
I'm on episode 3 right now. Yeah, I think.
What the fuck was that first episode, dog? I'm like, what the
beautiful
fuck?
Food.
You
appreciate the beautiful food, the beautiful art food, and the somber music.
I don't care. I want a story, dog. Like, I felt like that shit. I didn't.
I appreciated the art of the food, but I didn't know where it was going. To be honest, like, what the fuck are we doing? Bro, it was a whole episode, a whole hour of that. It was a whole hour.
And she's like, "Hey, am I supposed to know what the fuck this is about?" And I was like,
"You better appreciate it."
And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
Like, I don't know what was going on. I didn't know what timeline we was in.
I was like, salmon is being skewered.
Yeah.
He's making some sort of sauce. Some dude just walked by and told you, "Fuck you." I'm like, what the hell is going on here? But anyway, we sidetracked like crazy. We can make it about that. But anyway, look, me and Q, we both agreed that we think that The Acolyte is a better show than The Boys season 4. Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys disagree with anything that we said, and I promise you, I'll respond to you with hate. No, I'm just playing. I'll respond to you, dog. I'm gonna give you guys a fair shot. I give everybody a fair shot in the comment section. But if you come in here on some bullshit, you're gonna be met with some bullshit. And trust me, don't nobody get no bullshit harder than me, bro. Like, trust me, I give you a hard fucking time, dog. I ain't gonna block you. I ain't gonna do none of that. I'm gonna give your ass the business for I'm gonna give you the business, bro, for 15 comments if I have to. I'm gonna make you tap out on some Ken Shamrock, Kurt Angle shit, dog. But anyway, that's what we got going, man. This is my boy Q Reviews. Thank you, my man, for coming through, showing love like always. And then make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to check Q out. He got some good shit. Don't forget to go check out his fucking Beverly Hills Cop, man. It's the only one on YouTube. Go ahead and go get that. Get that while it's hot.
Yeah.
Until next time, you are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop. Hope you guys have a magnificent day. And adios, homies.
I want to play a game. Subscribe now. The choice is yours.